What up, sensates? We are talking about Season 2, Episode 6, Isolated Above, Connected Below. Stay tuned after that opening.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Yes! Sao Paulo Pride! What?
That pride was everything, and I'm sad I wasn't a part of it.
So many bubbles!
That's like the one thing. Like, you know, the fish from Finding Nemo is just like, bubbles. Welcome, everybody. As you can see, we got a full panel tonight. Right? I'm really sad I don't have like confetti and bubbles everywhere today. But I also probably would get kicked out of the studio. But hello! If you don't know what we're talking about, welcome. It's the Sense8 panel here on AfterBuzz TV. I am the ringleader here. I am Alexis Torres. You can find me all over social media at atorres890. But guys, I can't do this show alone, and obviously I've been gone along. So thanks to you ladies for keeping that boat alive.
We miss you!
Dude,
missed you so much.
I was sick with all kinds of viruses because I could not move from my apartment. So I'm really glad that you guys are here, and we have a new beautiful addition at the end, but we'll get there. To my left. Yeah, go for it.
What's up, guys? My name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D. Lane. That's Karidlane.
Hey, I'm Joelle Monique. You can find me all over the internet at Joelle Monique every week at blackgirlnerds.com and every Wednesday at Schmozno.
Hey guys, my name is Zach Silverman. I'm new to the panel. Welcome. Thank you. You can find me all over social media at Zach with the CH Silverman 2 and at my website thezachsilverman.com.
Yeah.
It's
Let's
so
get into
nice.
it.
Male perspectives. What's up,
Hey, all right.
Super excited.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Studio Audience. All right, calm down. We have a show to get to. Jeez. Don't forget, guys, you guys can find our podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, on YouTube, where we have the live chat. Zach's holding it down over here. We got it over here in the mid.
So many chats.
So we got it all going, and I'm so excited because this episode, okay, I know that it's a somber note because of the news that we got this
At
week.
the end.
But we will talk about it at the end, so guys, let's just keep
The
keep
chat's
the
going
happiness
wild
going.
already over it.
I know, it's okay. We're going to
Yeah.
talk about it at the end. It's all good. Let's just get into this episode.
Do
So,
it.
holy cannoli, we got a lot to talk about. So I'm going to start off with Sun because she wasn't really prominent this episode.
No.
She's leaving the nest again.
Yes.
How do we feel?
So scary, so sad. Well, okay. I like that her mentor is like, the greatest thing I've achieved in life is teaching you. And I was like, oh my God, this is family. And I think it's really important, again, that we get to see these non-sexual or romantically sexual relationships.
A father-daughter relationship.
Yeah, other kinds.
It's the
I think it's
father that
even...
Well, it's
she
even
should
just
have had.
male-female where it's
Yeah.
not sexual. Like,
Yeah.
they can be friends.
Absolutely.
But yeah, he's kind of that father figure
Yeah.
category-ish.
Well,
I'm going to
even
be your father
the
for you.
teacher... Okay, take it down a minute.
Sorry.
Even friendship mentors are like,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to fill the role of a parent. Like,
No.
having a mentor is, it's amazing. And so I like that we get to see this, but the fact that she has to say goodbye to her dog again broke me a little.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he's like, the dog was staring at the gate waiting for you, and you're like, it's
What are you
going
doing,
to again.
Joelle? Stop it.
I know.
Breaking her.
I know.
But it is kind of nice because the fact that, you know, we got to see the dog again from last
Yes.
season,
Yes.
bringing it back. So it was just like,
Yay,
all the
puppy!
feels. But yeah, I'm worried about her, but I also think that our cop lover is going to be coming back.
Exactly.
He's going to be
He
coming
better.
back. I mean, yeah, because he's cute as hell. So I need it.
Cops, Zach, just so you know.
You guys have a crush on him. Okay.
We do.
Yeah, I have a
We
crush.
select
I
a
mean,
crush.
How
there's
can
really
you not?
nobody
He's so
here that I
pretty.
don't have a crush on. That's including
It's
my panel. It's
true.
including our sensates. It's a
Right,
lot.
yeah.
There's a lot of
There's a
love
lot.
going around.
Yeah.
So
Just a
much.
giant horror. But yeah, so, oh jeez, I just lost the chat. I'll get that back later.
Come back, chat.
Come back. It's okay. Zach's got it over on
I
the
got
other
it,
hand.
no worries,
So, and then we're going to get a little bit of Kala and Wolfie. I'm going to squeeze their stories together because they squeeze stories.
Was anyone screaming no? Was anyone like, no,
I was screaming yes, finally, just go for
No,
it.
Joelle,
I am so
why?
tired of the cat and mouse game that they
Yes.
play, and I'm like, come on, you have a ring on your finger, but like you're two countries apart. Just What was the line?
He made the best excuse. He's like, married women have fantasies,
and
you know,
that's
we're
what
not
keep
in the same
marriages
country.
together.
Yes.
Paula was right when she said, this is not a fantasy. This is really happening. Even though we're not physically in the same place, we transcend physical spaces.
I like
That's
how they're
literally
exploring
what
this
we
so much
are.
more. Yeah.
We're transcending that. And second of all, you guys, you cannot have a fling with someone who lives inside of your head. You can't do it. Like, if she was like,
sure?
I'm leaving my husband and fully committing myself to this person, I would be like, yeah, really dope. I think you guys belong together. You're super cute together. Your sex looked amazing. But the problem
Great
is,
sex scene.
It was beautiful.
Right, yeah,
I love that
amazing.
pool shot.
His
Oh
hands were
my
everywhere.
god.
The problem is, she is not
Hands
fully
were everywhere.
dedicated to this. She's like, I don't know.
Let
I
her
feel
just go
wishy-washy.
between them and enjoy it all.
But that's not enjoying. That's stress-inducing.
No.
But Wolfie
her
did have a
husband's
point.
kissing her lover in bed.
That was my favorite
so
part,
funny.
though.
Wolfie enjoyed it. Did you catch that at the end? He was just like,
Wolfie's the kind of guy that's like, I stole her from you. This is hilarious to me, and it's mean.
No, I get it. I get
No.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. But remember, Wolfie did say pretending isn't a life.
Oh, that was a
So we need her to.
quote. Yes.
We need her to make a decision,
needs to wake
guys.
up.
And then her watching him play soccer.
She's like, no, what's
She's like,
happening.
oh, hot
She's like,
and
why
bothered.
is it
What?
so
What's- is it?
warm?
I have a new roommate. This is her first time watching the show. Was this episode?
Oh, boy.
Oh,
So she
God.
had
What
a
an episode
ton
to watch.
of questions. But she was like, is this guy just always naked? And I was like, that is a
Yes.
gift to us as
Most of the guys
viewers.
are pretty much
It's our
always naked.
present.
Yeah.
I think we deserve it.
We
Yes.
do deserve it.
I was also talking about this soccer scene, of the fact that, like, the headbutting and the nose breaking.
Oh my god.
I was
What?
worried though for his buddy because I'm like, dude, he's
Yeah,
gonna get his
Felix-
ass whooped.
Okay, do
And
you know
I'm
who
like,
that guy who headbutted him is? Did you catch him from the previous? That's one of the bartenders that he just took over the club of.
No way.
Yeah. That's one of his
completely missed
bartenders.
that.
Wow, that
Yeah.
is some
That's a-
observation.
I mean,
it makes-
great observation.
wow, yeah.
Two, it says a lot about where Felix's character is going. He's incredibly power hungry. We've noticed.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's always been power
Yeah.
hungry. That's
well,
why he got
before
hurt
he
in
didn't
the
have
first
any
place.
power, and so it was kind of endearing. It's
Yeah.
like little scrawny Felix against the world, and that was cute.
He was
and then
kind of
Wolfie would
scrawny there
come.
without that shirt.
Right, and we see even again in this
Not bad.
episode, like Wolfie's always there to like shut it down. Like he's
Yeah.
like, "Did you just come for my friend? I don't think so. We're gonna have to fight."
Yeah.
I feel like Felix is going to bite bigger than he can chew.
I think so,
and
too.
he's not gonna be able to help
Always.
him out of it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Not
no,
that there's gonna be fights.
Reading the chat, there's some sexy time stuff happening.
There is, yeah.
Oh
wow.
my gosh!
Yeah.
Flames and the
And-
wet emoji.
Gotta
Guys,
love
wow,
it.
it's happening
It's hot
here.
and-
Calm it down, chat,
hot and
please.
sweaty in there.
Right, Joelle, after
Yeah, go
what
for
you're
it.
saying, Sarah was saying how Kala just needs to leave him and get with Wolfie.
Just get on a plane,
Yeah.
girl.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I would like seeing that though, because we already
Yeah.
have Will and
No, I want it.
Riley.
Will
No.
and
Riley.
Riley,
yeah.
together,
No,
and
Will-
that's a beautiful
couple people
relationship.
agree with
They are
that too.
beautiful.
They should just I think it's Brock says if she's gonna leave her husband and go for Wolfgang, fine, but none of this playing around.
I
Yes,
agree.
no more
I
cat
agree.
mouse, please.
I think
No,
she should
We had
enjoy
enough of
it.
it in the first season.
No, I get it.
Go for it, girl.
I feel like,
Yeah.
especially because we had that talk with her dad in the last episode too, of like kind of what she's feeling and everything. But I
Yeah.
love it, like that they just let that loose this episode, and I was just like, "Girl, seriously, you gotta make a decision."
She got to release some more ways.
No, I like twice. I was like, "Girl."
No, wait, did she have sex
Girl.
with her husband then too? Because he goes that night.
was the
Last night
night-
was
yeah.
amazing. A night to remember, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I think they
she
did.
did.
Yeah,
No,
I think
yeah, I
that's
think
what kinda
we just didn't
happened.
see it.
but in
No.
her head it was
It
not
was,
him.
yeah. it was
Oh
Wolf.
yeah, for sure.
Which that's maybe a little weirder where you could go.
It's much weirder. And again,
Come on,
her
how many
husband is
people
so
think
good
of
to
like a
her.
celebrity
They
or
totally
somebody
do
when
that.
they're having sex with somebody?
The
Where'd your head
difference
just
is
go?
that celebrity is not consenting to actually having the same romantic, emotional feelings with you at the same time.
It could still be a dedication of thought.
It's
though.
really, look, I love Kala. I love the way that they're exploring her like sexual awakening. Like I love everything about her. I just know that this is going to end poorly for
No,
her.
it is.
And Kala does not have the emotional endurance to deal with this kind of heartbreak.
Okay, there. I agree with
I
that.
agree with
I
you
don't know if
completely
she
with
can
that.
handle
When her
this.
husband gets inklings and he's like, "What's happening here?" and starts questioning, I don't know. And then Wolfgang's gonna be like, "I need decisions because he's a patient guy, but he's not forever."
No, and he shouldn't.
And she's just gonna, I don't know what to do, and then that's gonna make me sad, and I don't want to be sad for Kala because she's like my favorite. Just
know.
get it together, make a decision.
I feel you, girl. I feel you.
We still have more episodes.
We'll
don't
see.
worry.
But we'll see
we'll
what
see.
happens.
We'll see.
We shall see.
We shall see. But Wolfie gets also a weird visit from the one person I do not like in this entire show, Leela.
Yeah.
I'm tired of her shit. Like, okay, you know how much I love redheads. You know.
This is big.
You know.
This is big.
huge. But she just I don't know what it is, but she irks me, and I don't like it.
She's
I don't
evil.
like it. Yeah, no shit.
Evil.
I'm
She's
just
evil.
saying.
She's got an agenda and is going with it.
I don't know.
Look in her eye.
Carrie, do you have strong opinions one way or the other?
I think she's fine. Like she's cray cray for sure. She's not like I don't trust her, but I don't hate her.
She has survived this long, first of all. So it would make anyone crazy. We're seeing a lot of people be very eccentric. None of the Sense8 we have met have not been like incredibly eccentric.
Weird and so yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that I like extremely hate her. I don't like what she's doing to my Sense8s. I'm getting protective. Mama Bear is happening. It's not my fault.
Look, anyone who can look that good and also kick ass at the same time. She came in with the boots and the gun.
Oh, she's
and it was amazing.
It doesn't mean that I won't hit that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
But you're saying it's angry sex.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
With her, that could be fun. I see it.
It'll probably be crazy. Just don't shoot me.
I like how she's still like teasing him. Like he puts the towel on and she goes, "You don't have to do that for my benefit." He's like,
So she's usually naked. Like,
all the time.
I love that Wolfie.
But I like how he turned it down last time. He's like,
Yeah,
"Nope."
he's
Nope.
She goes,
Stab
"Oh,
it.
okay."
Fine, I guess. But I'm still gonna flaunt around in it, and
Thanks,
you're gonna
Sarah.
enjoy it.
Sarah says this whole panel is adorable.
This is what happens when you get
Sarah.
4 people up on a panel and talk about a great show. This right
Talking
here.
about lots of
But yeah, so we know that is it Fuchs or I always don't know how to pronounce his name. It's Fuch.
I think that's it.
It's Fuchs? Okay,
Yeah.
I don't want to go any further than that, just in case. But the fact that he's trying to kill off all the kings. So and the fact that he's using Leela to do it, which makes sense because she's a badass.
Yeah.
But I don't know about
That final
this plan.
shootout, who she killed everybody. I was like, what?
Mr. Bomb.
Ooh, that was.
Yeah.
I felt that went a little too quick. That Wolfgang might have been like, "You sure yet?" I mean, I get the killing the guards kind of
Right.
idea.
Yeah.
But the head dude is.
Yeah,
kinda
he was like about to say something. and
I wanted to. I'm like, wait,
I-
do you know she's a Sense8?
I think he was gonna say he's a Sense8 also.
I was waiting for that.
I was waiting
Me
for it,
too.
and then.
Wow,
Yeah.
really?
That is
That's
not where-
intense.
that is not where I jumped to.
Really? What were you guys
I just
thinking
saw
of
him
that?
reaching for his gun, and I thought he was going to give her like a final line and then kill her, and
that
she
was-
just got there fast.
You know, as an evildoer would do.
I don't know, but in this scene, was it, we saw the hint of the Asian guy. I don't know his name. Actually, we don't have his name yet. Leela's other
No,
sensei
we don't
also.
know his name.
We don't know his name yet, but
No.
just seeing him, because it's the way that the whole conversation went, it sounded like Mr. Baum, whatever his name is, was going to say, you know, we are the same. Yeah, I think he was gonna say like,
Yeah,
I'm not too much different than you are.
Yeah, I thought it was just because she was out for power, or that the fact that she was a killer or
Maybe.
whatever. That's why I was going for.
But he was like, of all people, I was hoping it was you
Yes!
to come.
Yeah.
Because like
Fuchs. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Fuchs, is it Fuchs?
Disney Magic in the chat says best part of seeing her interaction with the member of her own cluster.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, definitely.
I love that. Also,
I like
those
seeing the little hint of someone else.
I like
Yeah.
how long she was able to play like there's nobody else here, and then finally she had to look at it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, you gave yourself up.
we got a few of that. A few
Yeah.
times throughout the
Yeah.
episode.
But I think it's time, you know, to start doing that. You know, she can't play games forever.
Yeah.
Or she can
No.
at least try.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm
I
glad
don't
the show is actually going that route, because I mean, all of the first season, I was kind of like, is this the only cluster? Is this like the only the last Sense8?
know. We got so many in this
Oh my
episode.
god! Yeah,
Nice.
the next few scenes that happened afterwards with where are we next? Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
get to
we're
it.
at
I don't want
Cap
to jump.
right
I don't
now.
want to jump ahead.
No, it's all good. So we're gonna go into Capheus because he also has
He's
some
gonna get
Sense8.
in the
Yeah. I'm so happy.
The only trope the show has followed for me that's been really annoying is they like when you don't see black men in relationships for a long time, it's a little emasculating. Everybody else is like falling in love and it's beautiful.
Like,
Capheus
why
is
not
just like
him? Yeah.
me and my mom, Hannah, and I'm like, the hell is this? This was awesome.
I knew
It was worth waiting for.
Yeah.
Totally was worth waiting for.
And you called it too. We were all kind of talking about like, what is she? And they're like, she's bi. We called it.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. As soon as I like saw that whole interaction with those douche nozzles from the office, I was like, "This
I
girl's
really
bi." And I was like,
did here for that.
Yes.
It was infuriating.
There's no way the show writers were just gonna be like,
No.
oh, you know, she's a lesbian. Sorry, we're not gonna give you a love interest.
No,
When
so
everybody
sorry.
else is having major amounts of
Somebody.
sex.
Well, yeah,
you
because
know,
a lot of
like
people
we
thought
needed
that
it.
like Cap and Sun were gonna get together, and I was like, we
check
don't
it
need to all
out.
be
No,
sleeping in within our senses.
And sensual. I mean, they're already incestuous in themselves being sensates. We don't need more.
Yeah.
But like I knew as soon as I saw like them getting close, and she was like, the line that she had that just it took away my heart as a bisexual was the fact that she said,
yes, it's not.
I fall in love with a person, not their genitalia or their genitals. I was like, thank you. Somebody understands me. So I mean, I can't tell my mother that, but you know, she'll understand.
Right, I know.
But like, it's a good way to explain it. It's like it doesn't matter, and I like how he was like, no, I get it,
and done. Let's go.
Yeah. So we gonna do this, or we gonna do this?
I like that she's like, nope, come back to my apartment right now, and she's the girl who's like, I want sex. We're gonna get
apartment. Huh? Can we talk about this apartment?
We must talk about this apartment.
It's a beautiful apartment, especially because I love that Cap just couldn't. Like he was so excited.
You get instant milk.
Yeah.
He's like, didn't even know what to do with it.
Turn it on the faucet, like water.
And it was clean, and it's like
a fridge. That's cool.
Freezer.
I mean, it's such a drastic dynamic from like where his little hut compared to like this beautiful. And I mean, it's crazy. I mean, she must make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well,
she can't.
Journalist,
like what
two
she
sides
pays
of the
for
same
is
story.
less.
Yeah, like he lives in extreme poverty, and she lives like an upper middle class life in the city, and she's a journalist. And I really like that when she found out that the guy had come to talk to him about joining the party, the political party. She's like, I've spoken to that guy. He's smart. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I was going to ask you guys about that. If you think that this is a good decision for Cap to talk to DPR.
We're talking to him.
100%.
Okay.
I think Cap is completely
100%.
capable of being a great leader.
Yeah.
Like, he's smart, and you, like, the bus is great, but you kind of set it up. Like, that's good. Like, go on your next venture, bro.
Yeah. Wait, sorry, what were you going to say, though, about her getting some?
What about it?
The reporter who's like... I was saying how it was great that she takes him immediately to her apartment, and then they're beginning.
It's
nice to have a female character who's like, no, I want to have sex now.
Yeah, and she's just totally like just confident in it. We're both just getting it. It was just amazing. It was amazing. Again, new roommate to the show was like, so like, is this a softcore porn? I was like, sometimes.
Most it was a good sex scene too.
And it paired with
Colin,
Wolfgang, which is awesome.
I mean, it was just also nice because like
very much.
instead of it being like. I mean, it depends on the show. Joelle would understand what I'm talking about. Sometimes when it comes to beautiful black love, that sometimes it can get real rough, and you're just like, this is not cute.
Well,
this is not cute at all.
No,
this is like the natural, like she's incredibly natural hair, like not even like well-styled curls. Like she's like, no, it's in a bun, it's good to go. Like I'm a professional, I have time to worry about
I'm like, I'm not gonna be dealing with all this. Like it's gonna be in a bun, and you're gonna have to deal with it.
She's
like
got the thickness, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Like it's just all of it, like visually.
Oh my god!
On the thickness, I love when she rolled over them. Like it's like a real woman, and they're like showing the body and not covering it too. They're not like, oh, we're not, you know. And I agree. Someone was pointing out, Havoc says Capheus was so cute in the morning after.
Also, he has
the coffee.
The cutest.
No, wait. I think they were talking about when he was on the on the ledge.
Yeah, when he was like
the celebration.
That was cute.
I'm so proud of him.
But even making her the coffee, like I made you.
Yeah, all that stuff.
And
he's like,
I'm hungry.
Want food? Yes.
Yes, please.
Just adorable.
Yeah, I know. It was really, really nice to see one get not a specific win, because Cap usually wins all the time, but like that also. Can we talk about Mom for a minute here? How she also got some.
Mom, yes.
But how do we feel about this though?
Hooking up with that dude?
With Silas, I think is his name.
I was a little hesitant. Like,
wait, what did I miss?
So when Mom comes home.
Remember when Mom hooked up with Silas?
Oh, yes. That was amazing.
I was just so happy to see, like, mother, son.
She's like,
dinner's
you don't
still
think
here.
I'm still like hot?
You don't think your mom can
turn heads. I love that line. It wasn't like you don't think your mom is sexy. You don't think your mom is fun. You don't think your mom can turn heads. I was like, get it, mama.
Aren't I gorgeous?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, and then the fact that like a cure is coming to her potentially, so exciting. Like that's all Cap worries about is his mom. Like once he has her at a home, like,
good to
Cap
go.
can go on and have all of his own adventures.
Yeah, and it's nice that like since Silas has his own, like he has the same exact virus as she does, it's easy for them to take care of each other, especially because he's got so much money.
He does. And that adorable little girl, and she had to give up her baby girl, and like I just want them to be a family.
Yeah, it's gonna be adorable. I'm hoping that is what continues, and I just you know how like of a garbage human being I am when like terrible things happen. I think about them in my head, and I'm like, please don't ruin this beautiful thing.
Yeah,
don't do it. But yeah, I'm all about it. So let's talk about Lito, and let's talk about Pride, especially because it's June.
It's June. Yeah,
it's
perfect timing to watch it now.
It's this weekend, right? Isn't it coming up this weekend?
Pride Month is a month-long celebration, and a lot of different people have different prides. So Vegas Pride was
LA Pride.
LA Pride.
Yeah.
Party is this week.
Yes.
Yeah. So
that's exciting.
So pretty much we just celebrate Pride every weekend. I mean,
as you should.
Yeah. I mean, we should do it all the time. But yes, for the specific month, that's what it is. But it was really nice to see Lito kind of battling with himself, to do this.
Even arriving at the airport. I know I'm getting ahead, but the moment was so sweet when it's like a fan club, like people there to meet him, and he's just like, they're here for me.
These are my people, yeah.
Exactly.
Because all, like, even his agents and everyone who, like, he thought had his back are just gone to the wind now. But now these are his real people, and it's... That one guy who came up to him was hilarious.
I love him.
And for the speech, and he's like, only if you want to.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh my God, like, you're respectful of his thoughts and what he is comfortable for him.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming because of the fact that our king has probably been out for quite some time, that he understands that since it's your first time, you shouldn't be like, if you're not comfortable, you shouldn't be like,
I'm glad they're not just like, I'm glad they're not just using his celebrity status to like make an agenda out of it. It's much more of like, hey, this is your outing, like. Make it what it is for yourself.
Yeah.
I think the most touching moment by far for me was when they're at the restaurant and they see another couple just get a moment to be themselves.
Get that.
Oh, dude! So
I got. Well, first off, I don't think it was a couple because the guy just walked away and he was like all giddy. It seemed as if that guy walked up to him and was like, "I think you're really cute. Can I give you a kiss?" And then he walked away and then the guy sitting down was just like, "Oh, did that just really happen?" And then. Why was she taking pictures?
Well, she took pictures.
That creeped me out a little.
It should creep you out. It's not cool to just take photos of people without consent.
But this is Danny.
But this is what Danny does. That's why their photos initially got leaked in the first place.
Because it's Danny.
Okay,
because Danny screwed up.
I think
it's been a while since I watched the first season.
Yeah. So I think with Danny, because of their agreement.
Dynamic. Their family.
And I do like that he calls them family. He doesn't go, Danny, Hernando. Like, she just says, family, I have made a decision. And I'm like,
we're going.
But I think with her, I feel like that picture is obviously going to be important somewhere down the road from here. But I feel like I'm hoping that maybe she'll share that out. And maybe more people will just eventually follow Lito. Because remember, Lito's been kind of struggling with the whole social media thing because he only sees the terrible stuff.
Yeah.
When he found out how many millions of views he got for his coming out, everybody, or not coming out, but the fact that his speech on the red carpet, I feel like that's what we're kind of getting to, is that she's going to start sharing stuff on social media of what Lito has inspired.
Okay. Lito should engage with his audience because it will be the kind... Like, Lito, let's be honest, he's prideful. Like, I feel like, the thumbs up and the hearts will help Lito through his
will fluff that ego so much.
Come on.
Massive likes.
All the
as far
selfie
as the
games,
couple
too.
at the restaurant, I don't know if they were a couple or not. We didn't get a lot about their backstory, but that's not what's necessarily heartwarming about the scene. It's just the fact that they're comfortable in their own skin and in this space, that they don't feel that they're in danger, that they can act on those emotions, and that there's no judgment, which is something Lito hasn't had the opportunity to experience in his life.
I think that was the point of the
shot. Move to Brazil, Lito.
Correct.
Just move down there.
Kind of cool fact here. Thanks, Julia, in the chat. They actually came to shoot at Pride in São Paulo, and it made quite a few news here in Brazil.
I could imagine.
Nice.
And now I like this suggestion, though, by Havoc. Now Lito should go to San Francisco Pride with Nomi.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yes, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I would love that.
That would be fantastic.
So good.
So,
but then we get to the speech, right?
Yes.
We get to the whole.
Oh, so
nice. My God.
I mean, I love that he didn't try to pretend like, oh, I'm so happy to be here.
He's himself. He is,
but at the same time, obviously, he needed to be honest, which was fantastic. He was just like, I'm scared, and I love that he was able to get through that. Bring the love of his life up on the. Have a quiet moment for a second, kiss, and of course the uproar of amazingness happening, and then they're just like, let's party. Like, it's.
You know what's amazing about that speech?
Yeah, go for it.
The fact that the previous speech that we mentioned was a combination of everybody, like all the sensates coming together to help out in this moment, but this was just truly himself.
Yeah.
This was himself being like who he is, and he was just like bare naked in front of everybody, and it was beautiful.
And to further that, we talked about how it felt like the Wachowskis were talking directly through Lito to their audience about their own coming out experience. And if you've ever watched Lana Wachowski's speech at the HRC, there's a lot of similar tones in there, and so it was really beautiful all the way around. I think not just for the character, but also for the creators to have a space to kind of continue and further these
I had
conversations.
chills during that speech.
Absolutely.
I was smiling the whole time and happy cry.
I had to cry during that scene.
I was watching the show.
The whole scene.
I love how he grabbed his
Hernando.
Hernando and did the 1945.
It was adorable.
What is the dip kiss? Is that called? It's called something, right? The war is over.
I mean, that sounds bad that way, but it's like a dip and
kiss.
Dip and kiss.
Everybody knows.
And then everybody having fun there after. Then we get the other Sense8s there having a good time.
I love the party scenes in these shows.
Oh, so fun.
I'm so jealous. I just want to be there with them, just like dancing
it
around.
looked so much fun. I loved that float and all the balloons. And yes, Joelle brought up bubbles.
I love the bubbles.
It was just really nice. And I am sad that we didn't get to have a lot of pride in this episode, mostly just because we had a lot of episode today.
Yeah.
So much episode,
I know that there's so many pictures, GIFs, video of them on the float together and just having a good time as like the cast.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen that, you should go look it up because it's pretty freaking sweet. Something that's sweet and also kind of bittersweet. Nomi and Needs. So we know from what happened with Anonymous. What the fuck? Sorry, I wasn't here last week, so I was like, oh, what?
Yeah.
But that now that they're free, they're able to go back to their old apartment, which was nice
That
to
was a
see.
great
so
shot.
sweet.
She kisses the statue, and they drop the bags, and I love the.
It's nice that their place is still maintained.
Yes, I was expecting to be ransacked and terrible.
I'm still
pretty sure it
concerned
should have
about
been
this
ransacked.
E-death, though.
No, yeah,
like even the fact, like I'm like, someone is still looking for you. Please don't go back to your previous
isn't like
places.
the cop that was looking after it, like. Yeah, he might have executive orders to stop, but like, what's
He
could
rather
still.
obsessed.
He seems super obsessed. Like, why not just go and be like, hey, I'm still bringing you in, regardless of like what my orders are. Because like all this paperwork just disappeared or whatnot.
I mean, to be honest, I really think that's probably what's going to end up happening. It's really pushing towards that.
She's just out in the open. She was like hiding and just like, I mean, her sister was. I felt like her sister didn't even know where she was for the longest time.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, and then I'm back.
See,
hey,
so this is where
been here, gone for a year.
The bittersweet comes in. So we knew a little bit in the beginning of this season that her sister was getting married and she was supposed to be maid of honor. Clearly she couldn't do that for a while and do the duties that she had because she was going into hiding. But I did love that her sister supports her so much that she didn't really ask
too much.
Many questions. She was just like,
she's just happy to have her sister part of the
This is
wedding
Nomi.
again.
I just like that she's like, I want my sister there. And you're like, yes. So she validates her sister
as a sister.
Yes.
Shitty parents by proxy. Like, even when you're not in the room, you're being a shitty parent, and I hate you so much.
Seriously, the comments that the dad made to her sister.
You guys think that we're going to meet the
God.
parents? I mean, I'm assuming we're going to see the
We've
wedding.
seen the mom.
Yeah, we've seen the
before.
mom
I know
before.
we've seen the mom before.
I
And the dad.
really want to meet the dad because I'm curious to see what kind of guy he is.
Yes.
Doesn't sound too nice.
But
of a
what
guy.
he won't be the warm and fuzzy one, that's for
God,
sure.
I hope so. Or at least somebody needs to change, even just a little bit, or maybe not, and just have her stand up to it. I have no idea.
But what I thought was interesting about the dad's comments to Nomi is the fact that she kind of took them to heart, and so that when we're hiking later, she turns to your girlfriend and it's like, so I know that we've been doing a lot of with me, and it's really easy to forget that, oh my gosh, Nomi and
Nita.
Needs can't see any of the Sense8.
No, yeah.
So it's completely 1,000% on faith of just like, yep, nope, this is for real happening, and I'm helping her. And I like that the show called attention back to how patient and gracious and loving and supportive and just the best girlfriend ever written down on paper.
I mean, she knows what Lito looks like now.
That's true.
Yeah, that was insane. Sorry.
That's so good.
But I think we've all kind of talked about it in several different episodes of how Needs is pretty much like the perfect girlfriend, because even Hernando doesn't know that this is happening technically.
They don't know, both of them.
Lito's never really brought it up. It's more of just like,
I wish he would.
He'll get there.
Yeah.
He's one giant milestone at a time.
Right.
Lord of
Well, it
mercy.
was nice because then finally Nomi kind of has the like, I would not survive this without you. And you're like, yes, that's 100% true.
Yes.
And it was nice to have a character say that to their partner and not just like, thanks. You know, it was more genuine. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so I mean, we come up to the cabin because we find out from a text that she's trying on her maid of honor dress that the cabin is near Neat's parents.
Needs dads, I think it was.
Yeah,
right?
Neat's parents. Well, she said
dads.
Three
three
dads.
dads. I wrote it down. I just don't remember if it was
Something little angel feather.
something like that. I can't remember what like the actual like what it was near. It was near something.
Yeah.
Commune.
Near,
Commune. Was where it was near.
Yes.
Yes. So we get there and we find out that obviously it's where Angelica mostly did, had her cluster and everything like that. And it was very interesting to see the dynamic of Angelica being happy, which we've seen before.
Yeah.
But little snippets of it.
Yeah, so it's kind of nice to see how that started and then obviously the decline from there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but I want to ask you guys this because I was a little confused because I couldn't tell if Angelica was controlling or was she doing it herself.
She was controlling him.
Okay, I just want to make
He
sure.
had that
clearly,
scar across his head.
Oh, I couldn't see because my
There's
my
this
TV
giant
is terrible.
scar. Okay, so he has a giant scar across his head.
Yeah.
He was lobotomized in that. I think there's a previous scene that we saw where someone under surgery.
Yeah.
And they're like zombies or something.
Yeah.
Somehow
I mean, we've
because
seen them
she's.
now.
It's the brain grafting.
Yeah,
Yes.
and she,
Yes.
because I guess is part of he's part of her cluster, is kind of controlling him, which
Yeah,
is scary.
There are a couple of theories floating
Very
out there.
scary.
Yeah.
So one theory
we
is
got?
that Whispers is controlling Angelica so that she can make
Yeah,
her
so that was gonna be my
cluster
next
do
But
these
how
question.
is he controlling Angelica?
Well, because remember, if you look at the scene when she walks up, Whispers disappears. So I was assuming that Mr. Whispers
I
was
thought she was in his head, not literally, but more just to like keep talking and like just how he kind of influences people.
Yeah,
Okay.
so there's
Yeah.
that theory. The other theory is Angelica, in working with Whispers, is being brought to the cabin to capture this guy, and she sense8s with him and is like, "You have to. We're coming for you. You can't run from here. So you got to
but
die or be captured."
No, this guy's part of her cluster.
I know.
So
So Whispers is coming for him to take him, and you can either
so
be
she's
part,
saying-
you can be
okay.
under Whispers' control,
Yeah,
or you
or
can take
die.
your own life
I
and
see
have
what
your
it
own
is.
power
Okay.
here.
Because she cried when he died.
She did.
yeah, because that's part of her cluster.
Yeah,
Like
but
how-
so she's not
Well,
totally
and it's such
heartless.
a
right.
it's
Oh,
a
yeah, and
really
I don't think
intense
it's-
way to kill yourself.
Yeah.
Like to set yourself on
Yeah,
fire.
seriously.
So either it is a scared, which we know Whispers likes to do, is make people watch horrible deaths,
Yeah.
or at least the company does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Likes to make people watch terrible deaths in order to leave lasting impressions on them. So it could be
Yes.
Whispers is controlling her. I got the sense that it was to help him out. Basically, like you can go however you choose, but they're coming, so make a move. But I don't know.
But it
for
also
sure.
ties in that last scene where she hands the phone to him, and he gets to like not even talk to his dad, but just
Yeah.
have his dad
Breathe.
listen,
Yeah.
breathe and hear it.
Yep.
I don't know if I agree with those theories. I kind of am. I don't know if she was. I think she was kind of controlling him because.
I mean, but that's the point of the theories is that we're all supposed to speculate,
obviously,
so
But
I mean,
the only
you can
reason
go
why I question that is because of later in the episode what we find out about what BPH was. BPO, what
Yes.
BPO was, what they originally used to be something better, like a good organization. So it just makes me,
No, I
Lots of questions,
completely
lots of questions.
understand, and we're actually just gonna go dive into that now. If you can see my notes from over here, the whiteboard goes all of the exposition because there was so much. So we got to see 2 new Sense8s that were part of it. Well, one new, one old.
one
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure we predicted that last
We
week too.
did.
I didn't see that one
Puck
coming.
is totally one
Oh
of them.
man, he creeps me the
He is.
frick out.
He's so funny though.
No, Puck. First of all, great name for the character.
Yes.
Second of all, like Puck is just one of those guys. Like he's not so creepy, just as he is forward.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He does
man.
what he wants,
Sleazy.
and when he's very sleazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
okay, so that's a
creepy,
better word.
sleazy.
Yeah.
Sleazy, because I mean that lick.
STD.
Yeah, I can't. I can't.
Well, I mean,
that has
I
happened
don't
to me in
know.
San Francisco before at a club. So
I
that's
feel
why I was like, what? Yep.
I feel like being a Sense8 though, like this is just a common thing that kind of
I
happens.
kind of feel it is
like,
too.
Yeah.
Because we had Lena, I always forget her name, Leela,
Yeah.
who was just like trying to get up on Wolf.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
like, if you were like a Sense8 and if you saw another one from another cluster, wouldn't you be tempted to kind of be like, hey, no one can see what we're doing right now?
I mean, yeah, I think it's just because our cluster is so brand dang new.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with any of this.
That's true. Yeah.
Especially because they're all kind of, again, they're so close within each other, especially Will and Riley,
Oh
that
my
it's
God,
like,
yeah.
there's a lot.
I'm glad she.
She's on
Yeah. She's
Put that down fast.
Big,
Yeah.
But I did love that Will and Riley have moved to a new location. We've met Mr. Hoy.
Yes.
Is
which
awesome.
He's so awesome.
adorable.
I love his accents.
Yeah, I know. And I even love like the
Scottish
place where he lives.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
Can you imagine
crapola.
anyone else
Well-
at Xavier's school for gifted
Yes, that was the first thing I thought of.
Bring all
Scotland edition.
To learn about your powers. It's a safe place.
No, but they could find that place and they'll all be there. And
they'll all be there to protect themselves.
Yeah.
Hey, so question though.
1,000 heads at once.
Question.
God.
Every Sense8 is a laboratorist, or not a scientist that knows how to make these blockers.
No, I think it's one.
I feel like
it's
almost
just
just
been
two,
Puck
yeah, Puck.
and him, and call it just by her profession.
It's like
anyways.
a plot hole, kind of, where I'm just
Kinda.
like, really,
Very
we're gonna.
convenient.
It's very,
Well,
very
wait,
convenient.
but it
is what
makes
I'm trying to
sense,
get to.
He said 30 years that he's been doing this. Maybe he learned that along the way
He
to
definitely
survive.
has. Well,
so
he started
you
the
could make
company.
that argument.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
But Puck, I mean,
He's a druggie, so then you could go with that
I guess
line.
so.
Yeah,
It's an easy
it is
plot hole.
convenient,
It's a
but
very convenient
it's okay.
thing.
But I think it also makes sense because if you're on the run for this long, you would need to figure out a way, especially because Leela, Puck, and everybody else has been probably doing this for a while.
They
now.
have been.
Yes.
So clearly, because they understand how they can use their.
He had me going for a
stuff.
second.
No.
I thought he was just like this lonely old man who, like, was doing this whole traveling and like boarded up rooms and everything, and he had this like box that we see him in, and then finally Riley's like, screw this, I don't care, like, I'm trusting you, you can trust me. He's like, I'm not gonna be out trusted by
Love that.
Miss Blue is what was he called?
From
Miss Blue.
Iceland, yes.
Yeah, and then oh man, that castle is beautiful.
Oh my god, it's gorgeous.
And then the Sense8 spouse, which was kind of cool to have that.
Oh my god,
because
that's
she's not
beautiful.
one, but then like.
Who's taking care of who? I thought that was beautiful.
I think it's extra beautiful if you look at like our characters and the fact that like if something happened to Nomi, like I feel like Meats would be taken care of.
Oh my god,
yeah.
Somebody would sweep it and be like, we had to protect the cluster.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Hernando too and Danny. Whenever they figure out, what's going on.
Soon, hopefully.
But yeah, like my notes are very, very slim because it was a lot to write down. But I love that it was like the authorities of NATO, Warsaw, China, and the Arab League were debating for like days, weeks, and then BPO was born at that point in time. And I find it so interesting that the fact that Ruth was the one that was like, I don't want this to be militarized.
Militarized.
And
and secret.
Yeah, I was getting there. And just how he was Mr. Hoy was the assistant to Ruth. Like that's
why are
insane
you
to me.
surprised about that she didn't want to be militarized?
No. I wasn't surprised about that. I was surprised how involved he was.
Okay, yeah.
So
that took me for a loop. For this whole time thought BPO is just like this evil corporation that just has existed to always take over and kill Sense8, but now we're getting a better understanding of what it is and what's going on.
Yeah, it's been corrupted from what I'm assuming. So how do we feel about learning pretty much how BPO kind of got their start before we get to the archipelago line that we got to see?
I think they've been hinting at this for a really long time. The BPO has been corrupted from the inside. We know there are two factions fighting with each other. And we thought when Whispers was down that he was maybe the head of one side, and then he went down, and then he came back up, and it's very confusing as to where he sits and where the guy who came to help us and then got killed sits. So I'm just hoping that we get more to the core of like what does each faction represent and want.
I like how all the other clusters do know who he is, and they
all
call him Cannibal, and they're like, he's the one chasing you.
Yeah,
good luck.
Yeah,
sorry.
But Mr. Ahoy was like, "Oh, you've been doing this for a year, and he's chasing you." Like he was surprised. So like, we see some redeeming, towards our cluster.
I did like the phone edition of finding information.
Yeah,
their form of Google.
The Sapiens have had Google since the 90s.
Yeah.
We've had it since what was it? Not the millennial.
A long time.
So a long time. Whatever it was.
I think he says
that was
since Hannibal.
awesome.
Like, doesn't he give like a person reference?
I'm not quite sure.
No, he says
it was a time period.
Yeah, time period, like a millennial. I don't know what
it was. Something neo-Gothic.
Neo, yeah.
There's something like that. Something.
Yeah.
Neolithic? I don't know.
Neolithic. That's what it was. Neolithic, which is I think the beginning of mankind standing up and.
Yeah. So I like that he's called it the archipelago, and it's supposed to be the string of Sense8s for them to be able to find information between all of them, and it spanned.
It's a smart way to do it.
Yeah, I did also love that it wasn't just like, man, woman every single time. We had people who were gay, people of color. It was like literally all over the world.
So
what's super crazy about that? Did they shoot on location
for all of those?
See, here's my thought. Some of these people look like straight crew members.
Well, there was that one scene with the crew.
I know, but I feel like they like, you know what? we have to travel with these people anyway. All you have to do is whisper.
Throw them in.
Like, just do a side fake stage whisper, get out of there.
Yeah, give them their cameo.
Yeah,
incredible.
I love it because they can be like, oh, this spot's nice. Just throw some people
Yeah.
over there really quickly.
Well, yeah, it makes me think of it. Sarah says Hackers Unite. It's like in Hackers when they get all the hackers together. Yes, good comparison.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what it felt like. And we got our name, or at least for the cannibal. We obviously got to see who the cannibal was, which we're like. I think that was just me. I don't know how everybody else.
Oh well, the creepy thing that Will has, where he sees through him.
Yeah, Milton.
So weird. I don't like that.
Because we don't know that yet, right? Because I mean, clearly he didn't have his beta blockers for the day.
Yeah.
So
right.
yeah,
well, he
so
wakes up.
leakage, I guess.
Yeah.
Of
It's like a mind. Yeah,
mind
it's
meld.
very strange.
Well, because I
don't know
think
what that's
Whispers
about.
even was like, wait.
Now here's the thing: if we're coming out of sleep, like certain chemicals are being released, and I'm wondering if that's like. There's no blocker there. There's no like beta blocker.
Probably.
The creepy thing about that is, can Whispers do the reverse?
Right.
Can Whispers be there and we not know about it? I don't need that in my life. Like, Whispers being there and I know about it is terrifying enough.
But Will, while he was there, seemed to be on autopilot. Like he was just there for the ride.
Yeah,
he didn't do anything. So if Whispers came to us, like our cluster, it'd be okay in terms
They
of.
need to have information.
He'd have info. Well, it depends what they end up doing.
2 people in the chat have said that yes, a lot of them were crew members for that.
Nice.
Which makes sense, and I'm totally fine with that.
Oh,
Yeah, that's so nice.
I instantly felt it. I was like, this is crew.
It seems so different. I was like, not after. Yeah, they're like, please don't do that.
They're like, oh god, just make it quick.
Totally see those people.
Whisper, get me out of here.
And then Havoc in the chat says Neolithic is Stone Age.
Paleolithic is old age.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, it was really helpful. Yeah. I'm not very good with the history.
That's a good question.
Probably, yeah. If Riley,
if we could give Riley meds, can Riley bring them back? Well, because he's not in Chicago, so I don't know how that would work out.
No,
I mean,
he's in
because I don't
Scotland.
think. No, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know if they can physically.
They can't. Because you're just there in like spirit, essentially. You can't like physically bring something back.
Right.
Like you can feel
get the formula.
Yeah, get the formula and
and then see if they can make it, because they have a
Yeah.
lab, even though we don't trust that mofo.
Yeah, good point. Havoc goes, too bad they don't know a good pharmacist. So they just need the formula and give it to
Kala
Kala.
could technically do it if she.
Yeah, but she's in India, and like, how are they gonna get it?
Riley could share. She could be there and see it, learn it, and take it back.
See and learn. Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
Not like take it, but like.
Yeah. I mean, I would try to see if there's a way, since she's from a pharmaceutical company, she can send it because it's technically medicine.
She probably can.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
I would see no reason.
I feel like that's a good way. At least.
Also, she's wealthy as hell. You could overnight that shit.
Amazon Prime that crap. You can make that happen.
There,
but yeah, that was where my mind was going. I was like, she's in pharmaceuticals. She could just send it to a patient.
But that would be risky and dangerous, though, because we don't want to give away Will or Riley's position.
I mean, true, but they could send it to a P.O. box. That's in a different one. They could send it to somebody else.
Also, her husband owns the company, and we just delete some things and hide things.
Fine. You send it to Wolfgang.
He even said ignore stuff. So
yeah.
Which is still suspicious. Are you suspicious
very
of that?
suspicious.
Yeah.
Suspicious.
Okay.
This person? Yes.
He's too good to be true, the husband. I think he's too good to be true.
We'll see.
I'm half and half, man. Mostly just because we saw
he's a nice guy.
We saw the argument between the dads in that scene.
Yeah.
I just feel like the husband knows stuff, but he's just choosing not to say anything because he doesn't want Kala to feel upset or her family to be in danger. So it's one of those, like, he's not evil, he's just keeping stuff that he shouldn't be keeping.
He's chaotic neutral, I bet.
Thank you.
Because he's like, you know what, I'm gonna just wait and see what happens with the folks. And I feel like he'll do whatever's best for the business, which is where him and Kala will start to separate.
There it is. That's exactly what I was going to say. He's going to choose the company over Kala, and it's just going to be like a and then, Wolf, open your arms to me. And it'll just be a whole thing. But yeah, it's getting crazy, but pretty much right after that long... I'm seeing all the...
Faulty Meds to Africa?
Yeah, or like, it's a FedEx, it's all there. But pretty much at the very end of all of that exposition and learning about, who Cannibal was, Mr. Hoist tells Riley she has to go to Chicago.
Yes.
By herself. How do we feel?
Not good.
Especially when they said Angelica went there and it went down to shit after that.
And quadruple that with the fact that, like, we met Mr. Hoy, but he's also if you're that personable, and he's like, oh, well, elaborate scheme to make you trust me, but you're also
being schemy now,
right? It's also isolated. It'd be a really good hideout place for the company. That the equipment he had was like super advanced and stuff. I just don't know. I want to trust him because he's like a lovable hobbit, but
he's a hobbit,
but not a hobbit, you know. So
he was once ago.
It's like Smeagol. He was once.
Yes, Radagast. But no, I'm that type of person who's seen a lot of crime shows and TV shows where I'm just like, I don't trust nobody until you show me proof. Because as much as I love him as an actor, and his character is really adorable, I don't trust nobody.
How can you not trust somebody who's so caring? Like
that's actually the worst kind.
Yeah.
With his friends, his clusters.
So he tells us, I don't know that lady. I've never seen her before. I don't have flashbacks.
Yeah, but she even said, "Oh, is there somebody here with us?" Like
we're working as a team. I trust no one and nothing.
Nothing.
I like though that she goes, "Oh, it's a girl."
Yeah,
that was funny. Yeah,
that really freaked. Like again, the person who's skeptical. I was like, "Why do you need to know it's a girl? What's happening? What's happening? Do you need somebody?
She knows.
Bodies? What's going on?"
Maybe she knows about the boom boom that happens all across the different clusters. She's like, "Who'd you sleep with last night? That wasn't me. I know you weren't here."
Look, anybody who's driving people away from each other in horror movies tends to be evil.
Yeah.
Sure, just trust it. Go that way to the left.
Oh.
No, by yourself. And it's okay. Your cop boyfriend should definitely just stay behind.
Maybe it's another device to trust them some more. Just because if we don't trust him. If we don't trust him already, like, how can he trust her still?
We don't even need to trust each other. What if we just
every cluster's like, F you all, I don't trust anybody.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't know. I don't like, it's just like in any, like even in Scooby-Doo, when everyone's like, let's separate, I was like, please let's not do that. Let's just all stick together.
It's a horrible idea. Never separate.
Never separate.
That's I'll be right back.
Yep.
No,
you're
bye-bye. So
done.
I'm so excited for episode 7. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I have high hopes, and I'm hoping that Riley stays out of trouble.
Yes.
In every way, shape, and form. Because Will went by himself to the museum and he almost died.
But Riley was right outside and necessary.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm assuming we can go into tiny predictions if you want to get into it, my friend.
They're technically never 100% alone.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
They got skills,
which is true.
Your AfterBuzz TV
double the predictions
happening now.
Okay, so go for it. Predictions for episode 7. And again, just a disclaimer. I know that you do this every single time for the show. That if you're new, welcome. Know that we do not talk about spoilers past the episode that we're covering. So we only talked about episode 6. Clearly, everyone has already watched all of this season, except for us 4.
To sit here, not watching.
Yes, and it's killing us slowly, but we're doing it. So we're doing it. So next week, we're only talking about episode 7. Nothing past that. Just a warning for people who are in the chat. Predict, everyone.
Cap definitely starts looking into the politician gig.
Yes.
But my guess is it's corrupt and that causes some issues with him. I really needs to find out that somehow the commune she grew up in is involved. I don't know why. It's close to the cabin. It just seemed too easy that they're like, oh, and they're right next to each other. I'm like, your 3 dads ran that thing. What's happening? What do they know? Are they Sense8? I trust nothing in their
That'd be kind of cool.
Welcome to my world, Joelle.
I'm here with you, Alexis. It's scary, but it's also exciting.
But no,
I want to trust Puck and Hoy. I really do. I mean, Puck's definitely skeezy, sleazy, but I don't think he's dangerous in that sense of
that guy
aggressive.
IRL can be really helpful sometimes. You know what I mean? You just got to remind him that he's not the licky without permission. It's gross.
Seriously, I cannot get over that. There was chills, and I just wanted to, it was just, it's too much.
I love how much Riley, once again, has to downplay the sexual passes that are being made in front of her.
Yes.
Right in front of her boyfriend, but kind of not really. And he's like, what's she saying?
Nothing.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. She's just not being very happy.
He does not trust us.
Yeah. But yeah.
Do you have any?
No, I'm intrigued to see. I agree with you. I think Cap is going to go into the political game. I don't know if he's going to like it, but he's going to try.
You don't have to like it. You just need to go and do it.
Correct. I'm not quite sure what to do with Sun right now because she's kind of up in the wind right now.
Yeah.
I don't really know
cop, boyfriend, future husband, sex object.
I mean, I was really worried.
I want them to team up. There you go. That's why I want them to team up and work together.
I was worried when he showed up to the house. I was like, what are you trying to do? But it seemed like he wanted to help. But again, I don't trust anybody. So I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, and then again, I feel like there's going to be a large discussion of Riley trying to go to Chicago by herself. Also, how's she going to do that? Because isn't she on the run? I don't know how this is going to work.
Yeah, that's true.
Hopefully Puck comes around. Puck seems like a guy who has other alternative underground routes. Like Riley has those safe houses, essentially. I feel like he's got ways of smuggling people out of countries.
Yeah. I feel like that's exactly what's going to happen.
Maybe they'll use
it was all
Puck
small
to,
plane.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Maybe Puck will help her get to Chicago or something.
Yeah, definitely.
As long as he keeps his dick away.
Do you want to talk about the new news this week?
Huh?
Do you want to talk about the new news this week?
Oh yeah, go for it. Yeah.
AfterBuzz TV.
Joelle, you want to say
Thank you. Oh my gosh. So this week we learned that Sense8 has effectively been canceled by Netflix. If you're like me, you're not giving up. You don't believe that this is the end. I refuse. Hop on your change.orgs. I don't know what people are mailing to Netflix yet, but if somebody wants to DM me about things we can send to Netflix to let them know that, like, hey, I watched this show and I really like it, and if you have to cut their budget, I'm okay with that, but keep it on the air. It's great. It's inclusive. There are a lot of queer characters. I can't find these things elsewhere. Trans bodies in underwear running around casually? Where else will I go? I can't. There's nowhere else.
We need more of this.
I need Sense8.
It needs to know. We need to know how it ends.
So,
yes,
we're going to work on it. I'm making no guarantees, but I'm not going to let Netflix go quietly into that good night.
No, I mean, we had that link. I know that it's been cycled through Twitter and Facebook and things like that of change.org and trying to sign the petition to renew it or at least give us something. At this point, even if it's like, just like what we had with the Christmas special, we had a 2-hour special before the thing.
Wrap it up.
I'll take it. I know it'll suck because I want more episodes. I want more seasons. Because
be better than nothing, though.
Yeah,
I would, you can't just leave
you can't leave it up
because
I heard it's a cliffhanger. It's terrible. That's all we know. And can you imagine if it's like Firefly where we just don't get anything? I can't go through that again, guys.
Look, we're not yet there yet, but if we have to go the Firefly route of no TV, we'll go to the comic books.
Yeah,
we will continue the story. Buffy is still alive in comic book form. Firefly and Great Ones in comic book form. I will work on that as well for Sense8. Don't kill this storyline for me.
So far there's 150,000 signups. I guess 4 hours after it was canceled, it was announced. Yeah, so just gotta keep going with it.
I mean, we could do that.
We could send dildos.
We could. I know a person.
That'd be hilarious. I know some people at Netflix.
Yeah, hey, but like, you know, make sure that you guys reach out. You know, show all of the things for Netflix. To
tweet
know,
about it because that makes a difference. That's a voice.
Tweet our show, guys.
Because
we're talking about it every week. We had it last season. We're doing it this season.
I mean, it worked with Timeless.
Yeah, it
Timeless
did.
got canceled and got renewed like the same day.
Really?
Just gotta do it. Yeah.
Because enough people online were like, freaking out.
Happening?
And they're like, just kidding.
Talk about it on Twitter, guys. Show
it.
how much people want to see it.
Yeah.
It makes a difference. They notice.
Yes, they do.
Make enough noise.
And we want you guys to make enough noise at us because we know that this is the end of episode 6. But we will be back next week for episode 7. So, guys and gals and non-binary pals, tell them where they can find you.
My name is Zach Silverman. You can find me all across social media at Zach with the CH Silverman 2 and at my website, thezachsilverman.com.
Hey guys, I'm Joelle Monique. You can find me all over the internet at Joelle Monique, every week at blackgirlnerds.com and every Wednesday at Schmoes Know. If you head over to the Black Girl Nerds podcast right now, you can check out my interview with Mark Bernardin. He's the former editor of the LA Times. He wrote Genius, the comic book, which is not anything like the TV show, but is amazing. And he talks about Fat Man on Batman with Kevin Smith. So it's a pretty cool interview. Check it out.
Nice. And my name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D. Lane. And then I also do the Handmaid's Tale after show with this awesome lady on Thursday. And Sunday is American Gods at 9.
We also do that one together.
Yes. So yeah, you're on that now
too. We do all the shows.
And Box Office Breakdown, where we talk about what movies came out over the weekend. So and then starting this Sunday is a new show, and this lady's joining for Winona Earp season 2.
Lesbians!
Oh my God! Where are my lesbians? Yes, you guys know me as Alexis Torres. Again, you can find me all over the interwebs as aTorres890. You can find me doing shows with all these lovely people throughout the week. I have Attack on Titan, which is in an hour, which I need to go watch the show. And then I've got Robots in Disguise on Tuesday, and then I'm working for another podcast company called TrendPunk.com. Our release is June 11th, so you'll see a bunch of shows there. I'm on Cinema Punks, where we talk about terrible movies, and we also have Designated Drinker, which talks about beer, and then I have a show that's coming up that's still in the works, but it's called Batteries Not Included, which is an adult and relationship podcast. So definitely keep an eye out for that. But guys and gals, we will see you guys next week for episode 7. We love you. Be safe and be kind to everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.